What's up? This is the man that you all know and love, E Digger, and that's right, you're watching another edition. And what's so special about this edition is this is the very first edition of the new year, 2014, and I have with me Baltimore's own, one of the artists that I consider a pioneer, a legend in this thing, man. And for a minute, I've been giving you interviews with people that you really don't know or really don't see. But if you don't know this brother right here, you cannot call yourself a true artist. So without further ado, my man, proud to introduce my man, S.O.N.
Yes, man, I'm so glad to be here. I appreciate this. And especially to be the first interview of the new year,
yes.
That really means a lot, you know what I mean? That intro, man, I don't even know what to say after that. You know, I appreciate it, man. For those of y'all that know me, and those of y'all that don't, you know, I used to go by the name of Baltimore Son, but there's so many different variations of the word in the city. I dropped the Baltimore, so now it's just it's Son. And also shout out to my boy Bless. He told me instead of telling people my name is Son, I should tell them it's S.O.N.
Yes.
So that they have to ask me what that stands for.
And on that subject, and that was actually my first question, tell the viewers out there, S.O.N. Tell the viewers what that stands for.
It stands for shining over negativity. That's
what
the whole brand is about, shining over negativity. So I had to give Bless, you know, a special shout out for that because it made sense once he told me that. You know?
Shout out to Bless, the boy Bless. Shout out to that brother right there. So the name, shining over negativity, the significance of it. Tell the viewers about that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm from Greenmount. You know what I mean? Greenmount 29th, Greenmount 23rd.
Yes.
So, you know, everybody that knows what the area is about. Baltimore as a whole, you know, the wire, the corner. And I've been fortunate enough to live overseas, London, Japan, Germany. I've been all around the world. And everybody just call me Baltimore because they know it's where I'm from. So the first thing they always ask is it like the wire? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So everybody knows Baltimore for the negative aspect of Baltimore.
Yes.
So I just want to shed that light. Like, look, I'm from the hood. You know, I never been arrested, never smoked, never drank. You know, graduated high school when I was 16. Shout out to City, Big Castle on the Hill. You know, the black and orange.
Even though I went 450 Douglas.
Long as you ain't say Polly, we good.
Oh yeah, Douglas all day.
But yeah, man, I just want to bring the positive aspect to our city. And since I'm fortunate enough to deal with people around the world, then kind of like open their eyes to a whole different view of what they have on Baltimore. You know.
Cool. Now you wear many hats. That's one. This brother is definitely on it. When y'all say y'all on y'all grind, this brother right here makes me tired. I'm serious. I was looking at some of your stuff, man. You doing this, you doing this. But let's talk about your music first and foremost. Describe your music.
I don't curse when I rhyme. First off.
That's awesome.
I put out a project in 2011 called His Story, the audio biography of Baltimore Son, and that was like the first album I released when I came back on the scene. When I got back home, I moved back home in 2007, but I didn't do music. My father had died that year. My son was born. I appreciate it, and some other stuff was going on, and I was so tired of music. Then in 2011, I said, you know what? If I'm tired of it, then I need to put something out that I want to hear. Rejuvenated. That's the last project that I cursed on.
Okay.
That was 2011.
Because you had to get it out.
Yeah, just getting stuff out. And then I said, you know what? I got a son. I want my son to be able to listen to my music. I want people at a cookout to be able to listen to my music. I want to be able to send my song right to the radio. Shoot a video where you can understand the whole thing. So basically, like I said, I'm a street dude. I'm from the hood, but my lyrics are from that variety, but in a positive light. Like, this is how you overcome these type of situations, these predicaments, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people look at me and they may say, you know, he's cool, or especially younger folks. I deal with a lot of younger kids, and I want them to know you don't got to be the drug dealer on the corner. You know, you don't have to be the guy going to the NBA. You know, you ain't got to do this type of stuff. So yeah, it's just all about positivity, pardon me, and community upliftment.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, what do you hope to convey to the listeners when they hear your music? what impression do you want to leave on them?
I just want them to say he's original. He doesn't sound like anybody I heard before.
Original. That's the word for today.
Original. He doesn't sound like any. He's not trying. You know.
Exactly.
I think that there's really, unless my voice is just so crazy and outland, there's going to be somebody that you may say, oh, he remind me of such and such.
Exactly.
But not trying to sound like that person. You
Yes.
understand? So
Yes.
just that I mean what I say too. If I don't live it, I don't say it. You know what I'm saying? If I don't live it, I don't speak it at all.
How long have you been rapping?
Whew. Since '94.
Wow.
Since '94. Actually, in 2011, when I did that history project, that was the first time I ever started rhyming without writing any rhymes down. So from that point now, that's been my
freestyle.
formula. No, I don't freestyle. A lot of artists tell you they don't freestyle.
Okay.
I mean, they freestyle because they don't write, but I listen to a beat over and over again. I come up with the verses in my head. I memorize them. You know, in high school, I used to act, the dramatic reading and everything, so I got a real good memory.
Okay.
So when I go to the studio, I'm just doing it off the memory bank.
Wow.
It's easy to say, oh, I'm freestyling because you don't see me reading from my phone or a book.
Yeah.
But nah, not at all. I compose them all in my head, man. And it just came from being lazy. I got tired of writing stuff down, scratching it out, starting over, ripping up the paper, throwing it away. Now I don't even own a rhyme book.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Who or what influenced you to start your career in music?
Like I said, growing up in school and everything, I always did plays,
Okay.
you know, poetry readings, dramatic reading contests, and did a talent show. We was Run DMC. I was Jam Master Jay. I had the leads, the shell toes. I went out, got a Kango. I was like in the 4th grade.
Wow.
And the dudes that was running D, they was kind of whack. It was like they had no movement on us. I was like, man, I should be out here doing this. I ain't gonna lie, ever since then, I started like doing little raps and, you know, doing all of this type of stuff, man.
Okay.
So it always been in me. It always been in me. And when I got to Korea back in '95, they had talent contests over there. So I started getting in those. People was like, I ain't win till the last one when I was about to leave, but I saw that people was like, yo, you nice. So that right there gave me the motivation to do what, you know, to just keep pursuing it.
It is funny that you said, you know, your talent show that you was, you know, Jam Master Jay. I was just sharing with a friend, I believe it was yesterday. I did a talent show in high school in Douglas. And people who see this video go to that know who actually was in the video. I was Big Daddy Kane.
Okay.
One of my favorite artists of all time, Big Daddy. And I get the job done. And it was a dude in high school by the name of Eddie. Shout out to Eddie. Eddie was like the best dancer in school. Nobody could mess with Eddie. And I was a person. I'm still am. I'm hard to say no.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I needed backup dancers. That's you know, back in my genre, your genre.
Right, of course.
You had the DJ, the 2 backup dancers, or the dancers,
right,
and the MC. I had an MC Hammer posse on stage, man. It was only supposed to be 3 people because I was lip syncing. So it was people in the back, people in the middle, people up front.
Right.
And it had to been like 12 people on stage. But Eddie was on the side of me. He was like the main dancer. So when Ed came out, everybody just went crazy. Now the backup dancers, they in the back. I'm rapping, and we did this little routine. I busted my knee that day. So shout out to that whole experience, man. So I could definitely relate to what you was talking about.
Right.
Now, let's talk about the music scene here in Baltimore. Is it supported, or does it need a little bit more support, in your opinion?
I think I see it's very cliquish. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I pretty much came out of nowhere in 2011. Even though I've been rhyming forever, I was new to the scene because I've been overseas. Some people messed with me, some people didn't. Yeah. I didn't come on the scene telling everybody I got producers from around the world and I'm doing these type of projects. Okay. Because I want you to feel me for who I am. True. You know, so I see afterwards people once they started seeing projects and stuff coming out, they're like, oh yeah, let's do a collaboration, let's do this, let's do that. There you go. But for me, man, I always focus on the positive side of things. So I get supported by the people that's supposed to support me is what I say.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think Baltimore music scene needs to be supported by the people with the money that can put us out there.
There you go.
I can't support everything because I don't like every style of music.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, one day I was on Facebook and I said, I don't listen to trap, but send me, anybody who does it, send me your link so I can listen to it just to see what y'all saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And if I can dig it, I spread it to those people that like this type of stuff.
Okay.
So I'm not oblivious to it, you know, but I think the problem is we all trying to be the king of the city instead of coming together. You know, we don't, you know,
Yeah.
instead of, these type of people over here support each other. If you're not in my clique, I can't support you.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
When you go to a show and you're an MC, the whole bill is nothing but MCs. The only people stay and watch you perform are people that know you. You know what I mean? So after somebody perform, they leave. So if you last, you performing in front of an empty club.
Wow.
You know, we don't respect each other enough, I don't think, man. So I just don't really focus on it too much anymore. I'm just trying to bring Baltimore to the global aspect of things,
There you
man.
go. And it's another point. I was introduced to this a long time ago. Like my biggest concern rather was the support. And now we're going from support to the clicks.
The clicks, yeah.
And it's like a step. It's like support. Then it's a cliquish thing. If you're not a part of this clique, then if you're not a part of a clique that's well known, then it's nothing.
And the crazy part is, like, for me, because I stay out of the city. You know, I don't live in Baltimore, but I try to get in here as much as I can.
Yes.
You know, and I come out and I show my face. I'm not always performing, but I like to come out just to show my face because I can't expect people to support me if I'm not supporting them.
True.
You know what I mean? I have to, if I could, shout out Shaka Pitts, man, him and Will over at Pit Fight. They wore my shirts one day. They hosted their battles, and of course they post them on YouTube, so thousands of people seeing them.
Wow.
A guy over in Guyana, he from the UK, but he's one of their fans, hit them up and said, whose shirt is that? I want one.
Wow.
So, you know, because of them, I got my first international sale. So I get support.
And I saw that.
Yeah, I was like, come on, man. Like, I get supported, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And I think that people gravitate towards the type of person that I am.
Okay.
You know, I'm humble.
Yes.
You know, I'm not a
Yes,
cocky
you are.
dude. I'm not arrogant.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what my talent level. My talent could be a lot lower than it is now, and I still think I would get that support based off of the person that I am. You
True.
know, some people, man, they act like they doing us a favor by them making music.
True.
You know, how do you support that?
We had a very good talk on Facebook, you and I.
All right.
Just to get a vibe from you, talk on, and I know what you're about to say. Why Facebook? You call the brother on the phone, but this technology that we have, Son and I, we talked on Facebook, and one thing I wanted to point out to you, you said your goal may not be in your words, but your goal was not only to focus on Baltimore. Talk about that.
Yeah, because I've been, like I said, I've been around the world, and I always thought that if you was a rapper and you was white, you was a wannabe. I moved to England in '98.
Okay.
Eventually, I would meet some brothers that was MCing that was black.
Okay.
But the majority of the hip hop scene over there was run by the British dudes that was white. I'm talking about from DJing to graffitiing, you know, to MCing to producing. And it was like opened my eyes. It was like right around the time when Eminem came out.
Okay.
So at first I never gave M no props, no credit. But when I'm seeing this going on, and I'm like, man, I've been blind to the fact that hip hop is universal. You know what I'm saying? And up until the time I joined the Air Force in '94, I thought Baltimore was everything. You couldn't tell me Baltimore wasn't the best place in the world.
Okay.
When I started traveling, I started seeing, man, it's a life outside of Baltimore. We already know what's going on in our city, so who are we talking to? You know, it's like preaching to the choir. Let's tell other people that don't know what's going on in Baltimore about Baltimore.
Wow.
You know, so yeah, Baltimore is not, you know, I'm always going to represent my hometown, of course, but it's not my main focus at all.
Wow.
You know, I'm
awesome.
always going to show love. I spend money in my city.
True.
I support other people doing their thing.
And
it doesn't stop there.
And not to cut you off, and that's good for other artists out there to not only concentrate on Baltimore, but look at other avenues as well.
Absolutely.
To broaden your horizons, strengthening your skill, and you'll have much more to talk about than just Baltimore. I love my city every day, every day. But I tend to explore other avenues and other cities, other countries for that matter, just not to be solely in Baltimore.
And people appreciate you for that.
Exactly.
They appreciate you for that.
To broaden your horizons.
When I was, anytime I meet somebody might connect me with somebody from a different location. I always bring them England because I lived in London for almost 6 years.
Wow.
But I'll name underground artists from over there.
Okay.
And they like, oh man, you up on your UK hip hop. I said, I don't just talk it, brother, I live it. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm in your country trying to do my thing. I have to respect what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? I can't, just like if I move to New York, I have to know what's popping in New York. I can't just come up down from Baltimore and I ain't showing y'all no homage, paying no homage and showing no respect. I said, man, they be surprised, man. You know what I mean? They say, people always say they support us, but no, you actually know people. I said, yeah.
Wow.
You know, I had a couple people in England trying to sign me to little deals, but I wasn't for it or nothing like that. But, you know, worldwide is where it's at, man.
Oh, yeah.
The world is much bigger than Baltimore.
That was my next question, actually. You seem that you know a lot of Baltimore artists. Name some artists that you work with and talk about the collaboration, thanks in advance collaboration with the boy Bless.
Yeah, I got to shout out Bless. We still never actually recorded a song together yet. You know, I know he's very busy. I've been very busy, but we definitely gonna get it popping. You know, so that's nothing but love there. He hit me up and told me what he was doing with this project, and I said, man, anything that's about positivity, you can count me in. All you gotta do is let me know what you need.
There you go.
And it's a wrap. It's a done deal. And the fact that he even thought highly enough of me to include me into something that is what means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Not the fact that you got to hear my song, the fact that it's another artist that I look at and I admire to be like, yo, let me get a song from S.O.N and put on this joint. You know what I'm saying? That really meant a lot, man. Did a Be More to France project. That included myself, Don Street, Lord Baltimore, DDS, all three of us from Baltimore, and my producer, Cool FD from France. 17 tracks of hip hop. Actually just got nominated for Best Underground Release of the Year on the Crown Awards this year. I thought also meant a lot, because you never know who's paying attention. You know, right now we're doing a Be More to Denmark project. It's myself, Don Street, Ill Conscious, Seneca the Misfit, Maca Beats, and my homie MWP from Denmark.
Speaking of which, not to cut you off again, but speaking of which, Seneca, shout out to Seneca the Misfit, who did the intro to the radio show. Yeah,
and also, like Seneca, I just saw the list, allhiphop.com.
Yes.
He's listed in the top 50 MC Underground.
I saw that today.
Emerging hip hop artists, man. So that boy be putting in mad work, and I really respect, you know, his grind, and not just his grind, his talent, man.
He shout out to Seneca, man.
No doubt.
I reached out to him. I said it would be my honor if you do the intro to my radio show. And he said, no doubt. And he said, just give me a little time, but I'll have it because of his schedule. And the brother hit me up on a Saturday, man. I was sitting watching TV, and the email came through, and it said, Seneca the Misfit, Charm City intro. Man, when I pressed that play, man.
Crazy, right?
Crazy. And I was hyped. I came to the studio like, I got it, like a kid on Christmas.
Like, me and Seneca we still never met face to face.
Really?
Yeah, everything, you know, because he be on the road and I'm down there doing my thing and working and family. But like I said, we're about to finish this Be More to Denmark project. I just released a single from my new album with him on there called The Man, that my man Obo1 from Germany produced.
Tight.
Seneca,
love it.
He sets it off, man. He's just crazy.
Love it.
I was like, with Seneca on that joint, man, it's just, you know, I surround myself with dudes like that make me better.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But it's so many people in the city that I respect and admire, man. I don't even want to name them all, because I might forget somebody, and I wouldn't do it on purpose.
True.
You know what I mean?
Talk about the producers that you work with here and overseas.
The be honest, man, I haven't really got a lot of production from Baltimore producers.
Okay.
I've
So
worked,
it's mainly overseas.
yeah.
Wow.
I've worked with Rude Bryce.
Okay.
I did a couple of joints with him for one of the